semi-main event of the evening, scheduled for 8 rounds in the middleweight division. Our third man in the ring is international boxing referee Mark Nelson. Let's introduce our fighters. In the blue corner, he's wearing red and white trunks and weighed in at 159.5 pounds. His professional fight record is 12 wins, 7 losses, 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. From Troy, Missouri, please welcome Brandon "The Business" Baue. His opponent is fighting out of the red corner and is wearing silver and gray trunks with black and orange trim. He weighed in at 159.5 pounds. Undefeated as a professional, 14 wins, 10 of those coming by way of knockout. He's the state of Minnesota's 4th-ranked middleweight and 2nd-ranked junior middleweight. From the capital city of St. Paul, please welcome Cerresso Fort!
Gentlemen, receive your instructions. You know what I expect. Good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up.
Boy, if you're Brandon Baue, you got to feel like about that, you know, when you're in 1st grade and you're the most unpopular kid in the class. I think there's about 1,200 people here tonight cheering for Cerresso Fort. And Brandon Baue's on an island all by himself. Here we go. 8 rounds in the co-main event. Fort with the height advantage, with the reach advantage.
And notice his trainer for this fight, Bob Van Sickle, Jason Litzau's former manager and trainer.
Takes a peek in. There's a left hand that catches the glove of Brandon Baue.
And that's a big plus. I want to comment on what I said before. It's a big plus for Cerresso Fort. You know, some people see it's a detraction to keep changing trainers. It can be. You get out of the routine and the same discipline that you have, but you also get to see different perspectives and different looks. He's been trained by a lot of different local managers and trainers, and you know, I mean, even guys that are outside the state, like Mayweather.
Yep.
Clem Tucker.
He's a great kid.
Yeah,
I really like him a lot.
fantastic.
He's got a great personality, real business-like, but has a good sense of humor. Nice fan base.
Absolutely.
He's a good fighter.
One of the photographers to our left just took a left foot to the camera lens. There goes $1,200. Happy holidays.
I think speed is going to be the difference in this fight.
No question.
Cerresso's got it in spades, and I think he's going to hit him with a punch that Brandon doesn't see coming at some point in the next few rounds.
Well, interesting, as you might expect, when I was in the ring, Bowie's cornerman seemed to exude some confidence. He thought this might be a little surprising to the hometown fans. Of course, what else is he going to say? But he seemed to think, you know, my guy's got a chance here.
He's got power.
As the crowd picks up the chant, Sir Cerresso Fort, undefeated in his professional career.
Power and experience versus speed and reflexes.
Yep.
I mean, it's Mongoose and Cobra here, but you know, Cerresso Fort's got some great power too. People overlook it because they get a little blinded by his speed all the time, but he's got some good sock to his punch. He's coming off a big win over Dave Peterson as well.
Absolutely. That was a big win. Nice shot there by Fort. Caught Baue. Nice combination there. Went up top and then came right back with a left uppercut. Fort measuring him, sticking that left hand out there. Pops that jab. So smooth in the ring, guys. Just absolutely, just workmanlike. You watch his feet. Everything technically is so sound.
Well, as we've watched him grow as a professional, he does seem to be a guy that gets better with every fight.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah.
Nearing the end of round one. And that's the end of round one. Well, what did we learn from the first 2 minutes?
Well, the Baue kid came to fight. He's got some experience. He certainly is the polar opposite of the kid from the last fight. What was his name? Collins?
Right.
Just the opposite. He comes to fight. He's through punches. Seems to be able to defend himself pretty well. I mean, Cerresso's got a test tonight, I think.
Yeah, he's got a nice victory, too, over Robbie Cannon. And Cannon's a big deal down in Missouri. So, I mean, he's a good fighter. He's got some power. And the one thing he's going to show Cerresso is that, you know, he might not have seen a lot in the past is he's not going to back down from Cerresso Fort. He's not going to be pushed around the ring. And, you know, Cerresso's kind of used to intimidating factor around here in Minnesota. He's already got a name. He's already got a following. Dave Peterson was not intimidated by him, and that's what made for a really good fight. Well, neither man wanted to back down. It's a great fight. But Brandon Baue, bit more pop, not afraid to mix it. So Cerresso's just got, you know, stick to his game plan. He just has to let speed prevail and a good game plan prevail and not get too sloppy.
Round number 2.
Right now he looks great.
Scheduled for 8. Oh, right out of the gate.
Feet got mixed up there.
I don't know who got the better of that exchange. Both guys just kind of dazed and confused. Fort peering in. Baue looking between his 2 mitts. Playing defense and sending a couple left jabs at Cerresso Fort. Alongside of Jake Wegner, boxing historian, and the common man Dan Cole from KFAN and the Fan Radio Network. I'm Doug Erleen, and we're live from the St. Paul Crown Plaza Hotel right off of Kellogg. And it has been a nice night and a fun night of fights as Fort.
3 consecutive jabs there by Fort. Look good.
Slightly off topic, but I love watching Mark Nelson work a fight.
Yeah.
An international boxing referee that has done world title fights all over the world. He's so good at what he does.
Fort in and out before Baue knew to hit him on the body. There's that speed we talked about.
Yep. Fort sends a couple left jabs his way and now works the body. Oh, nice shot by Baue over the top. And Baue has Cerresso leaning backwards.
I don't
Now
think
Fort
hardly any of
comes
those
back.
landed, though. I think Cerresso did a good job of covering up. He probably should have tied him up just to be on the safe side, but I thought he did a good job of being you know, elusive and defensive there, despite the explosion by Baue.
It was kind of awkward that he didn't time up. Matter of fact, and for a moment I thought Cerresso looked like he was hurt, but apparently not.
I don't think he was. I think he was just off balance. Baue throwing a big left hook there.
All right, Cerresso shakes his head, and Baue talks right back at him.
Here we go. Now that's going to be the downfall of Baue. The downfall is leaving that left hand at his waist against a guy with the speed of Cerresso Fort's right hand. Talked about how both gloves were up early. They're not anymore.
Baue ducks the left there. Now he's up against the ropes, gets caught by a right. And Fort steps in, and Baue ties him up smartly.
Looks like Baue pawed at his right eye right after that punch.
Right in front of us. There's Fort.
Now there's Fort working angles. That's what we talked about wanting to see out of some of the earlier fighters. Here he's got him against the ropes, and he took a step to his right and started digging into the body and the face from an angle. Great round by Cerresso Fort.
Well, I don't think either of them are going anyplace.
No.
This could be the last round. I'm going to tell you why. Bowie's starting to realize he's in over his head, number 1. Fort, he's bringing his left hand down, number 2.
Yep.
And 3, he's mixing it in with the crowd right now. Yeah, he thinks he's going to go for broke. I think he will. I think he thinks he's going to try to impress this person who's heckling him from the crowd that I just saw over here, and I think Cerresso's going to catch him. I think it's going to happen this round.
Let's see. I like the prediction.
Hey.
I'm going out on a little bit of a limb.
I'll go out on a limb. I've looked plenty stupid before calling this sport. You know, it's a sport of many surprises. So,
you know, I brought up Mark Nelson. I really think we're lucky in this town to have a referee as good as he is. And another guy, I want to make a
I want to compliment Scott Erickson, too. You know, he's been an amateur referee doing the AMs forever. Just recently started doing the pros. You can tell he's really starting to get a feel for it and has command in that ring. We got some good pro referees in this thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't mean to be hard on him in that last fight with Schmidt versus Collins, but I thought, you know, a referee should step in a little bit more when a boxer's so obviously not into the game.
Round 3.
But yeah, he is a great. Mark Nelson's a good.
Scheduled for 8. There's Cerresso comes out like a house
now
of
it's a
fire.
wrestling match. Bowie's temper's already flaring. He's going to make a mistake. Let's watch my prediction come true, Dan.
Well, we almost had a little old school AWA wrestling going on. Send out Baron von Raschke in the claw. Now sends that jab, and Baue drops his gloves, and boy, Fort, the aggressor here in round number 3. Fort working the body against the ropes. Playing peekaboo.
Yeah, Baue doing the mugging thing, sticking his tongue out at him, now up on his toes, dancing a little bit.
Fort should pull the trigger when he does that.
Yeah, well, there is that. Well, Fort, boy, just out of the reach. Bowie's doing a good job of just avoiding any real big damage. Always just seems to be just a step ahead. No, that one caught him right flush. Asking for more, and Cerresso leans in and gladly obliges. Baue with a couple of punches, didn't land.
Fort's getting caught up in the hoopla. He should feint a left and then deliver that right hand straight down the middle.
By Baue just welcoming him in. He's just going to hang along the ropes.
Fort rubbing the top of his head. Bowie's head.
Oh, there you go. There he caught him. Oh, he waved him right in on that one, ducked it, and went right over the top. Oh, Baue took one flush to the jaw.
He did.
And he's still standing, asking for more, and Fort's delivering.
Baue certainly is entertaining.
Ten seconds left in round number 3.
I'm not going to make my prediction, am I?
If he hit him with that left that he missed, your prediction would have been right.
The kid's got a chin.
Hell, it was fun while it lasted.
I'll tell you what, his cornerman, Bowie's cornerman is not happy with his behavior in there, because that was as much mugging as I've seen in one. I've seen that much. He mugged as much in that round as Collins did in the entire 6 rounds. He was sticking his tongue out, "You're not hurting me," you know, waving him in, hanging on the ropes, and his cornerman wants him to get serious and get to work.
This is what I was talking about when he's on the ropes there. As you take a look at our Wedding Diamond replay, and he just, I don't know if this is going to be the spot or not, but he invites him in, and then he ducks it, and then he caught Cerresso over the top, and we'll see if Cerresso makes that mistake again, coming in that hard, sending a shot that hard over the top where he can duck it. Round number 5, here we go.
Bowie's a tough guy.
I think we've learned something. These guys from Missouri can take a punch. No glass-jawed Joes invited. This one's scheduled for 8. Whoa. Oh, Rockford! Fort's in trouble!
He needs to tie him up.
Still in trouble right in front of us. Baue throwing everything he's got.
Now he tries to tie him up.
We're not even in a minute into this round.
Oh, he got caught there, didn't he?
Baue was throwing everything he had, and he had Fort heading backwards.
Oh, he had Cerresso hurt. There's no question about that. Not badly, but he was stunned.
A cut under the left eye of Brandon Baue. We'll watch that as the night progresses. Baue asking to watch the headbutt. Touched under his left eye and realized he's got blood flowing.
Cerresso seems to have recovered pretty well now from that scare there for him.
Fort and Baue. And this one has been a war in the co-main event. Fort going back to that jab, Jake, which is where he needs to be to set things up.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of recovery time. There's no harm in taking the rest of the round safe at this point. I mean, obviously, Baue hurt him as we saw before, and he should be fighting from the outside the remainder of the round, and I'm certain that's probably what his corner would want him to do the remainder of this round. And, you know, Bowie's letting him. He's letting him off the hook. That's always a sign of good conditioning when a guy can recover from that big of a scare that fast.
Yeah.
He's fully back. I don't think he's hurt anymore, but I don't think it hurts to fight on the outside the remainder of the round.
And I don't know if that's the first time Fort's been in that situation. It may have happened to him before in his career. Probably not often when you're 14-0. But that is a nice sign when you're early in a round. You get tagged pretty well. I mean, he was stunned at least, but you fight back, you recover, and finish the round strong.
Cerresso's picking away at that cut now. It's exactly what he should be doing. I have seen him stunned against Lamar Harris up in Hinckley, and that was a slugfest, kind of like these two guys went, but he recovered quickly again in that one. He was recovered in a matter of seconds, and kind of like he was here. So, you know, kudos to Cerresso. Dan, do you think he should just keep working that cut the next round?
Absolutely.
Set him up?
I would keep doing what he's doing. Just be careful. Don't get careless. I'm sure Baue now, he seemed to almost be surprised that he was cut.
Yeah.
It may have been an accidental headbutt. I'm not sure. But if anything, at least the cut's in a good spot for him. It's below the eye. But now you wonder if he senses, okay, I've hurt him. I'm probably losing on the scorecards. I'm cut. Maybe this is the round I go out and really try to press the issue. That's what I would do if I were him.
You can see his trainer telling him, don't stand in front of him. When you get in front of him, move off to the right or left and give him angles. He said, you're fast enough to do that. No, we'll see if he is.
Fifth round scheduled for 8, and Fort comes right out of the gate. And Baue, as he's done all night.
Baue tried to touch gloves, and Fort said no. Went right at him.
Boy, he's living on those ropes, guys. But he's obviously comfortable there. You know, we watched Andy Coley do that to so many opponents, including Caleb Truex, where he'd back himself into the ropes and he'd kind of hang, and then all of a sudden he'd come out firing.
Right.
I'll go ahead and give you my prediction. I think this is the last round. I think Baue is bothered by the cut. I think he's tired, a little frustrated. I think Cerresso's going to size him up and end it in this round.
Brandon might beg to differ with you, though, Dan. But I think he is bothered by that cut. He keeps pawing at it.
Good conversation between the two there. Nice jab, left jab splits it. Well, the boxing fans here in Minnesota don't like the antics and the showmanship. Is Missouri the show-me state?
Yeah, it is. I think the fans are waiting for Baue to show them something, and that's like, let's fight. He did the old pretend he was wobbling and buckling at his knees as if he was hurt.
Yeah, that's a nice shot by Cerresso there.
He set up that punch well.
Yep, yeah, he did. He set that one up perfectly.
I like what I see out of Cerresso. when he saw nothing there, he just thought, I'm just snap 3 jabs. I'm going to snap 3 more right into that cut. And I'm just going to work it until I see what I want to see.
Well, and this is good for him. From a career perspective, at 13-0, 14-0, by the way, we got a little blood there on our program, by the way. Just saying, we got DNA all over the place. If you needed to donate, we got plenty for you. Baue up against the ropes again. Fort puts his hand in the air now. I don't know, this isn't going to get anything done except everybody all riled up in here. Oh, there's a nice shot by Fort. Finish the deal, kid. And now he's just waiting him. That combination the last round when Baue got the better of him and knocked him back has Fort thinking, and he's not as dialed in. He's not going to jump into him like he did.
No, now he's just waiting for opportunities. And that's different versus fighting on reaction.
Well, I'm not much of a seer, I guess, either, huh? I thought Cerresso might finish him there, but the Baue kid's a tough customer.
Sure, it's a fun rush to try it, though, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it is.
It just starts being a little bit different feeling when there's 10 seconds left and you see it's not going to happen, as I found out the previous round.
The ring girls tonight brought to you by Little Caesars. Hot and ready, just like the ring girls.
Indeed.
That wasn't mine.
Indeed.
That was Gergelko's. He took credit for that one.
Doug, your wife might make you one up to that comment.
She's not watching. Let's be serious. So round number 6. This has been, from a technical perspective, there have been prettier fights. But what I will say is it's been entertaining, and at least there's been some back and forth and some question in it.
Right.
Round 6. A Fort touches his foot, and now
Mark Nelson
steps in and wipes his gloves. Away we go.
That just shows you what a good a referee Mark Nelson is.
Yep.
Cerresso showing off a little bit, takes his glove and brushes it down against his foot. Nelson wipes the gloves off in case a foreign object got lodged on the glove and wouldn't get in the eye of his opponent. Just a great referee.
If you're Baue and you're down in the scorecards, at what point do you start to press a little bit?
Now.
Now's the time?
Yeah, why not?
Fort.
Nice body shot.
Absolutely. 4 straight shots to the right side of Brandon Baue's body.
And his knees sunk a little deeper each and every one of them.
Yeah, they did. He's taken Fort's best here tonight. I've seen guys have their trunks ride high to get that, the higher
protection.
Yeah, he's working the low, saggy trunks here. I mean, the kids like it, I guess, but
I wish he was wearing boxes.
Well,
so we
Cerresso likes it too. It gives him more body to hit there.
That's right. Baue shoots the left jab in there, and Fort comes right back with the left hand. Our main event yet to come tonight. Michael Midnight Stalker Walker takes on Golden Caleb Truax. We've got business at hand here first. Cerresso Fort, undefeated in his professional career. And Brandon the Business Baue has brought his A game and his chin all the way up from Troy, Missouri. Fort rattles off 3 straight jabs.
You're right about that, Doug. He has brought his chin up from
Indeed.
Missouri. He's taken some good shots in this fight. He knows by now he can't compete with Cerresso Fort's hand speed, and he's trying to time him out.
That was a...
Fort's not letting him do it. He's picking his shots, and deciding when to engage and not engage, and he's smart. He's fighting real smart.
We might be witnessing the beginning of the end or the middle of the beginning of the end, or what? How do you go with that?
The end of the end of the end. Oh.
And that's the end
Good
of 6.
combination by Cerresso.
All right, so let's get into both corners now. If you're in Cerresso Fort's corner, what are you telling them to finish the deal?
I think you tell them to just keep doing what you're doing. Don't get careless. Keep working the jab, go to the body. If you get a chance to take them out, sure, but I wouldn't do anything too careless. And if I'm in the other corner, I just let it all hang out. What do you got to lose?
Right.
You're not going, you're not undefeated, you're not going anywhere. You've already shown you can fight a little bit. I'd go ahead and either try to knock out Fort or leave the ring knocked out.
I agree on the Fort assessment, and then I would just add on the Baue thing. I would try to make it an inside fight. That's where he had an opportunity to really foul up, I guess if you want to say, when he had Cerresso hurt in that round. They were at close quarters, and he was able to land better that way. Cerresso couldn't extend. He was kind of getting smothered. I think he needs to get into an exchange with them, but I think like you said, he's not going to win a decision at this point, so he's going to have to get into that exchange from close quarters rather than letting himself get picked off against the ropes where he has no chance.
Well, and
Here we go.
I think Bowie's annoyed Cerresso enough that Cerresso wants the knockout. I mean, he'd want one anyways, but I think he'd really like to knock this kid out.
I've never seen, Bowie's a strong guy. I haven't seen him push Cerresso into any ropes or corners or anything like that. I haven't seen him cut off the ring on Cerresso. Now, if that's what if you're Baue, that's what you should be working on doing, and then trying to tee off and go to war with him. Because he's not going to win. He's not going to win against Cerresso when his back is to the ropes, or when he's in the center of the ring. He doesn't have the hand speed for it.
For Brandon Baue, the time is now. Cerresso catches him with the left. Fort, like a caged cat, stalking his prey, Brandon Baue, here in round number 7. Ooh. Almost like the old snake charmer there with the old left. Put him to sleep, and then he came with the right. Here he comes again with it. I'm not going to look into his eyes because I'm tired. I need a nap.
Part of what he was doing before was having that hand out
There we go.
extended. Part of that's to sit and measure up your guy, but the other part is to block his vision. Larry Holmes was a master at that.
Yep.
Sit and hold that left hand out there, wait for the guy to slap it away. The second he slapped it, he'd nail him with the right. If he didn't slap it, he'd just snap it into a jab. But it blocks your vision of what's coming.
This one's scheduled for 8 rounds. We're in round number 7. If you're keeping track at home, what do you have the fight, Jake?
I'm keeping track at home, and I'm not. I'm just watching the fight and calling as it comes.
I think he's pitching a
I
shutout.
have
I
a
think Baue
complete
may have
shutout.
one run round.
Yeah, I might have given that one round.
That 4th round, maybe. But now he's looking to close the door. Baue hanging on for life.
Well, you've also noticed with Baue now, the clowning around antics are a lot fewer now. He knows he's a beaten fighter, that he'd have to knock him out to win. I think he knows he's outclassed here, and I think he just wants the fight to end. He wants to end it on his feet. He doesn't want to be knocked out, but I think he knows he's in over his head at this point.
Brandon Baue hanging on here against Cerresso Fort. Cerresso trying to give the standing room only crowd here what they're looking for. 10 seconds left in the 7th. Nice combination to end the 7th round by Cerresso. Final round in the works.
This is it for Baue. He can't continue to sit and fight in reactionary mode and hope to beat a fighter like Cerresso Fort. It's not going to happen. He doesn't have the reflexes for it.
I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier, but as we look at some of the better Minnesota fighters and where their futures will lead, obviously our main event tonight, Caleb Truax would like to get another national fight on Showtime or HBO or pay-per-view. Fort wants to get to that position. If things don't fall into place for Truax in the next couple, 3-4 months, there's talk of a Truax-Cerresso Fort matchup, which would be very interesting. They're friends. They fought together in the amateurs, et cetera, et cetera. It'd be an interesting fight to see, though. I really think it would, and that could happen.
We talked about that a little bit. We also talked about potentially Cerresso fighting Andy Coley as well. That's another fight that's being kicked around a bit.
Yes.
We got a lot of interesting matchups at junior middleweight and middleweight in the state right now. Kind of like Doug was saying earlier, I think you were in the ring, but it's akin to what it was like almost 4 or 5 years ago when you had Bonsanti and Coley and Banda and Lowry, and a good mix.
Well, they're going to turn it loose now. 8th and final round.
Baue hurt his hand on that last punch.
Fort trying to close the door. And Baue looking to make something special happen here. He needs it. As Common mentioned, nothing to lose. You got.
I think Baue, though, at this point, his object number one is he wants to finish the fight. He doesn't want to get knocked out. It's the pride thing right now. He gave Ford a test. He tried to win the fight. He gave him, and I think he realized after he had that one flurry where he thought he had him hurt, at that point he just said, the kid's too good for me. And I think he just wants, I mean, he's still trying to knock him out, but I think he knows he just wants to finish on his feet.
Baue needs to start throwing here as Fort comes with a combo. Oh, he missed with the left there. Had that one hit, it might have been game over. Nice shot to the body by Fort. Just measuring him here. Boy, it just, this being the last round, it's one of those, you just wait for something to happen. Baue ties him up again.
About a minute left.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, I'm feeling you there. Up against the ropes once again. Mark Nelson steps in and separates the fighters. That one missed. Fort catches him with the left as he was trying to escape. As Baue lost his mouthpiece. And he retreats back to the neutral corner, and here we go. Fort, oh, he caught him with the left.
Good shot.
Baue standing tall, just trying to hang on. He catches Fort.
Oh,
might as well go for it.
Action. Now they're going for it.
Oh, you called the call before the storm.
Nice left
I
hook to the
tasted
jaw.
that one. 10 seconds
10
left.
seconds left.
Give them what they came to see. That's it. Good fight. Cerresso Fort's going to win this fight, but don't kid yourself. Brandon Baue is a tough son of a gun.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It was tough, but he just couldn't overcome the skill set and the athleticism of Cerresso Fort.
He had one flurry in the 4th round where he had Cerresso probably in his worst trouble as he's been in his professional career.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, you know, we talked about that when it happened. It was a scary time for Cerresso Fort and his fans, but his conditioning paid off and was very evident in that. The better condition you are, that you're in, as you know, Doug, the quicker you can recover mentally from being buzzed, as they say in the sport. And he recovered quickly. And I give a lot of credit for that.
So we await the judge's decision. As we get a look at the Wedding Day Diamond replay, towards the tail end of the fight. Baue just kind of hanging on, and there it is.
Peter's Law
Both
Firm,
fighters.
Game-bred fightwear.
What a great fight.
1323 photographer,
Impressive.
Wedding Day Diamonds, Hubert's Bar and Grill, Purple Nikon Photography, Likes Boxing, and BringMeTheNews.com.
Tonight's fights brought to you by Wedding Day Diamonds,
You're all invited to the official
the
post-fight party
Wedding
at
Day Diamond
Central
store, and by Little
Bar
Caesars.
Lounge, right on Kellogg Boulevard,
Jake,
right
get
around
yourself
the
down to
corner
Little
from the
Caesars and
Fountain
get that
Plaza.
$5 pepperoni pizza.
Hey, you coming with me?
I'm with you.
Let's go get it.
Let's do it. I don't know, maybe they'll have some of that at the after party.
We'll have a performance by the Minnesota Timberwolves
I think they
dance
will.
team, and we'll give away the rest of our raffle prizes, so don't go away.
We're going to get a chance.
Quite a corner over there for Cerresso. You got Clem Tucker.
Well, he's got
Bob
half
Van
the city
Sickle.
of St. Paul with him. It's a good
Johnny
fight.
Johnson.
It's a good fight. Let's head upstairs.
Fight fans, our judges have reached a unanimous decision, and the scores are as follows. Judge Tim Taggart Sr. scored about 80-72. Judge Vernon Sweeney saw the fight 79-73. And Judge John Mariano scored about 79-73 for the winner and still undefeated, Cerresso!